Welcome to this video where we'll be exploring some of the world's most unusual megaprojects. From towering statues to underwater tunnels, these feats of engineering and architecture are sure to leave you amazed. Without further ado, let's dive into the list of 7 of the world's weirdest megaprojects. 7 of the world's weirdest megaprojects are listed here. Number 7. MSG Sphere in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is sometimes called the amusement capital of the world, and the new MSG Circle is a demonstration of that epithet. A brand new music and entertainment area known as the Madison Square Garden Sphere is currently being built. The sphere will be the world's largest, measuring 112 meters high and 157 meters wide at its widest point. 17,500 seats will be available inside the arena for performances, concerts, and other forms of entertainment. Motion, sound, visuals, scent, and temperature will all be used to fully engage the audience in this immersive experience. The MSG Sphere will feature the world's largest LED screen, which will wrap around the audience for a fully immersive experience at an insane resolution of 19,000 x 13,500. Screens will also make up the entire exterior, turning the sphere into anything for people walking by, like holiday displays, events happening inside the sphere, or even the Earth. The MSG Sphere is designed to be Las Vegas's largest and most immersive entertainment venue. In July 2019, construction on the basement began and the ground was broken. The sphere's exterior was finished in June 2021, and work on its interior began in August 2021. The sphere is expected to open in 2023, according to officials, for audiences seeking incredible entertainment. By the time it opens, the MSG Sphere will probably cost $1.8 billion USD altogether. Number 6. Statue of Unity. The largest memorial statue in the world, this one towers over Gujarat, India, at a height of 240 meters. Vallabhbhai Patel, a significant Indian historical figure, is depicted in the statue. This statue is 110 times taller than the average person, to give you an idea. Yet, how does it stack up to other megaprojects? It is 6 times taller than the 38-meter Jesus Christ statue in Rio de Janeiro, more than 2.5 times taller than the 93-meter Statue of Liberty, and still much taller than the Spring Temple Buddha in China, which is the second tallest statue in the world. The Statue of Unity is also compared to the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Eiffel Tower, and the Empire State Building for reference. The Statue of Unity has about 70 feet of length in each foot. His shoe size would be an 80 in the US, which is equivalent to a 352 in the EU, given that the average shoe size for men is approximately 10.5 in the US. You can easily see this statue from 7 kilometers away because it is so high up. There is a museum, an area for exhibitions, memorial gardens, and an observation gallery inside. 3 of the statue's 5 areas are open to the public, while the other 2 are maintenance areas. Consistently, around 15,000 sightseers visit the sculpture. The Statue of Unity will gradually turn green over the next 100 years as a result of copper oxidation, even though the statue is currently a reddish copper color. The Statue of Liberty, which used to be a copper color as well, experienced the same thing. Vallabhbhai Patel, India's first Home Minister and the subject of the massive statue, is intended to be its representative. In pre-independence India, he was able to unite all 562 princely states, earning him a statue and a memorial from his people. Nevertheless, allegations of a bias against Muslims earned Patel criticism during his tenure as Prime Minister. However, in the midst of protests from the villages nearby, the Statue of Unity began construction in October 2013. 22 villages in the area expressed concern that the statue's construction would result in the destruction of the environment and the displacement of several villages. The construction nonetheless continued. The design was refined through the creation of 3 small models before it was finally approved. The endorsed model was then filtered involving 3D innovation and shipped off enormous manufacturing plants in China. These processing plants would be liable for projecting the enormous copper plates that would make the outside of the sculpture. China had the only big enough facilities to do this casting. After that, the pieces were shipped to other countries and put together in a nearby warehouse until they could be lifted onto the statue. 3,000 specialists and 250 designers cooperated to make the sculpture of solidarity a reality. To the extent that other security highlights, the sculpture highlights two 250-ton mass dampers, very much like a high-rise. Structural safety is improved by these dampers. The statue can withstand earthquakes of up to 6.5 magnitude and winds of 180 kilometers per hour thanks to these and other safety precautions. The statue cost 27 billion rupees, or $422 million USD, to construct completely, including all safety features. It opened on Patel's 143rd birthday, October 31, 2018. While most people think the statue is a great way to honor the man who brought India together, some think it has a strong political agenda. Number 5. Pont Jacques Chaban Delmas. In Bordeaux, France, a brand new vertical lift bridge opened in 2013. It is a feat of engineering with a one-of-a-kind design and was constructed to increase traffic across the Garonne River. The Pont Jacques Chaban Delmas started development in 2009 and incorporates 4 arches with a 117 meters lifting range between them. The bridge spans 575 meters in total, making it Europe's longest vertical lift bridge. The arches house stabilizers to assist the range with lifting to their level expected by waterway traffic. They additionally contain lights that change in view of the water level. They gleam blue for elevated tide and green for low tide. Officials were aware that while building this bridge, they had to keep river traffic moving even though they were connecting the revitalized areas of Bacolod and Bastide. The scaffold needed to lay near the water, and the proposed plan would mix in with the encompassing quays. The span of the bridge can be raised in a mere 12 minutes. River traffic can delay car traffic for up to 90 minutes at a time. In any case, the span, which is named for the previous French state head and city chairman of Bordeaux, will deal with 43,000 vehicles each day. This odd construction project cost 160 million euros, or about $195 million USD, all in. Number 4. Dubai Frame. Dubai's Zabiel Park is home to the world's tallest picture frame, 150 meters high. This glass, aluminum, and steel structure remains as an entryway between the past and the future and stands to stress where Dubai has been and where it's going straight away. Dubai's $62 million frame is unique in many ways, even though there are similar frame statues like the much smaller Morcan Promenade in the UK. It has an observation deck, a museum, and an exhibit that shows where the United Arab Emirates will be in 50 years. Stressing the advantage of Dubai was fabricated. The city's older neighborhoods can be seen from one side of the frame's observation deck, while the Burj Khalifa and other futuristic developments from the past 50 years can be seen from the other side. It's a famous objective in Dubai. In 2019 alone, more than 17 million individuals visited the edge. The frame's construction began in 2013. After being assembled on the ground, the central glass observation deck was raised and placed in between the towers. Laminate glass panels create a golden ring design on the outside, imitating the World Expo 2022 logo. This is a deliberate advertisement because Dubai is hosting the event. The United Arab Emirates past is examined in the museum within the frame. Guests are shipped through Opportunity and arrive at a computer-generated experience show called The Fate of Dubai. They see a futuristic wind-powered city with flying cars, drone deliveries, numerous new megaprojects, and other technological developments here. The idea for the Dubai Edge was brought into the world in 2009 when ThyssenKrupp held a challenge to plan a review lift for Dubai. The objective was to create a one-of-a-kind elevator tower that tourists could ride to get an aerial view of the city. Fernando Donis won the competition with his design for the Dubai frame, which stood out among the more than 4,600 applicants. The structure of Donis is based on the 1:1:618 golden ratio. This proportion is a compositional and imaginative norm for underlying scaffolding and excellence. It's reflected in structures like the incomparable pyramid at Giza and the Parthenon. The casing is a brilliant square shape, an illustration of a wonderful plan. There were a number of other interesting entries in ThyssenKrupp's competition, such as Han Bolu's The Flying Colors of Dubai, an elevator surrounded by colorful flakes, and Lusai's Magic Mirror, a twisted circular structure that would frame the Burj Khalifa in a perfect circle when viewed from the right angle. Although his design was utilized in the frame, he asserts that he was not compensated appropriately. He claims that Dubai never paid him the full amount for the realization of his project, despite the fact that he received the prize money for winning the competition. Unfortunately for him, Dubai effectively grants itself immunity from the dispute, which means that his lawsuit will not be successful. Delmas believes that the frame is the biggest stolen building of all time, and that his intellectual property rights were violated. Number 3. Katara Towers in Lusail City. Qatar's planned Lusail City aims to provide elite residents with the best urban experiences. Lusail City will include shopping malls, marinas, resorts, residential areas, and entertainment districts when completed. The city will obligate 250,000 inhabitants from the get-go, expanding to up to 45,000 occupants with future turns of events. Lusail will be mostly finished by 2021, but some parts are still being worked on. Qatar is putting a lot of effort into showcasing their enormous projects and technological advancements as they prepare to host the World Cup in 2022. However, it is also common knowledge that a great number of human rights are violated and that a great number of workers are massively exploited in order to construct these massive projects. Sadly, numerous soccer teams and fans around the world continue to ignore this. The Lusail iconic stadium is one of these massive construction projects, and it is expected to be finished by the end of 2021. The famous arena will have just 10 soccer matches, previously being reconfigured to a much more modest arena. Be that as it may, one of the most bizarre tasks in Lusail is the Katara Pinnacles. There will be luxury apartments, a hotel, and other amenities in these towers. These towers are odd due to their design, but they serve a purpose. The Katara, most importantly, Pinnacle's bending structure infers a sickle moon, an image of cordiality in Qatar. Additionally, the shape is a symbolic representation of the dual swords on Qatar's national seal. When finished, the towers will be a symbol of hospitality and national pride. The idea for the project was first put forth in 2014, and it should be finished by the World Cup in 2022. The construction of these singular towers will total approximately QR 2.2 billion, or $604 million USD. Number 2. Beijing Daxing International Airport. Beijing Daxing is the second international airport in the capital, and is in the province of Hebei, on the border between Beijing and Langfang. Nicknamed the Starfish for its strange six-spoke plan, this air terminal houses the world's biggest single-building air terminal with a size of about 97 soccer fields. The new international airport would be able to accommodate up to 200 million passengers annually at its busiest. Assuming it arrived at this limit, it could turn into the world's most active air terminal. To assist with this volume, the registration interaction is taken care of by facial acknowledgement. Travelers might not need to stand by in lengthy lines or talk with receptionists to load onto their trips, since the air terminal likewise plans to send robot-empowered client support to assist travelers as they travel through the terminal. Beijing Capital International Airport, Beijing's first airport, reached its maximum passenger capacity in 2012. Despite the fact that the initial design was pushed to its limits, demand continued to rise. The old Beijing Capital Airport needed some relief because passenger rates were consistently rising by about 5% per year. Construction at Beijing Daxing International Airport began in December 2014. 9 runways and 600,000 new Beijing jobs were included in the initial proposal. The construction process took 5 years to complete. 11 villages were moved to make room during that time. The airport's design is interesting and one of a kind, but it also serves a purpose. The airport was designed by Zaha Hadid for convenience and aesthetics. The courtyard in the central area is an essential meeting place for passengers and their families. Be that as it may, the spoked plan moreover permits voyagers to arrive at their planes quicker. Walking from the security checkpoint to any gate takes about 8 minutes. Moreover, the plan makes it quicker for travelers to receive into the air terminal, and in return. The spokes make stopping and recovering planes quicker also, so it desires to limit the time spent in the air terminal. The airport currently only has 5 runways, 4 of which are for civilian use and 1 for military use, as opposed to the projected 9. Despite this, the airport's highly optimized design allows for approximately 300 takeoffs and landings per hour. Train travel to the airport is also not a problem. A high-speed rail system that runs under Beijing Daxing is the Daxing Airport Express. Over 1,000 anti-shock cushions support the underground rail system, reducing the train's vibration and keeping passengers above unaware. On the off chance that that wasn't sufficient, the air terminal likewise flaunts a fake lake that is obtained from water. Rainwater is collected by 6 pools and stored inside a channel. The water is repurposed for the lake and other aesthetically pleasing water features at the airport after it has been purified and filtered. In 2020, the airport handled 16 million passengers, and that number is expected to rise. It cost the public authority around 80 billion yuan, or $11.4 billion USD. In any case, what might be said about the old air terminal? The Beijing Capital International Airport continues to operate. The majority of China's SkyTeam Airport Alliance, as well as many other high-capacity airlines, are moving their operations to Beijing Daxing. The old airport has experienced much-needed relief as a result of sharing the load of passengers. Number 1. Tianducheng in China. Although imitation is usually the most sincere form of flattery, some of China's less original construction projects may not be the case. There are many copycat towns and designs all through China, including reproductions of Venice, London, the White House, and that's just the beginning. Individuals who live in these novel towns see it as a blend of the best things the world brings to the table, and they can encounter it all without leaving China. Another of these clones is Sky City or Tianducheng. Tianducheng is very similar to Paris, right down to the 108-meter-tall Eiffel Tower replica. China also copied some Parisian characteristics, such as the street lampposts and the arrangement of the greenery surrounding the central tower. It was intended to house 10,000 people when it opened in 2007. However, there were only about 2,000 people living there as of 2013. Because of its separated area right beyond Hangzhou, it was essentially a phantom town. In any case, residency has gradually expanded lately, and that's just the beginning, and more individuals are moving to the copycat city. In order to meet the increased demand for residents, new developments have been constructed. In Tianducheng, a metro station is expected to open in 2021, which should help alleviate isolation and boost occupancy. China will avoid these imitation projects in the future. These foreign building designs are limited by 2020 enacted new prohibitions. They need to get away from emulating popular spots and, on second thought, accentuate their own novel Chinese design. That's all for today's video on 7 of the world's weirdest megaprojects. We hope you enjoyed learning about these incredible feats of engineering and architecture. If you know of any other unusual megaprojects, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting content. Thank you for watching.